things are essentially allude to the same. For you to
If
say
it's
that, for
If
you
your
to say,
mom
hold
created
on,
you, are you still a part of
real
her?
quick. Yes, you are, because that's your mother. You
so
got mitochondrial DNA to you. Did you only get from your mother?
Once you separate yourself from
Hold
your
on,
mom's
hold
womb,
on, real quick. Answer my question, King, because I'm not asking about physical separation. I'm talking about separation meaning totally separate from the other.
but we're
And
talking about the physical
no,
creation.
I
Talking about
never
white man.
stipulated. No. That's not what I was saying, King. What I was saying is that when we start talking about the creation of the white man, that's a total different conversation. What I was saying in that aspect was that the inception of the European has a different history and correlation to nature. Nature created the original man and woman as it has been. That's just a part of natural things over the course of nature. For example,
And we are the creatures from nature which created them.
I'm with you. I'm with you because even when we would say that these beings were this European was grafted, so to speak, or genetically engineered, that was done by the hands of another form of creation. You understand what I'm saying? That spring forth, whoever you want to call it, right? Because I don't necessarily think that it was us personally, right? But I'm not here to be in contentious with that. The point I'm trying to share is that
But you said it came from the black woman. But let's
no,
let's
I
continue.
said creation came from creation in its natural essence as it pertains to on this particular earth. There's been biologically and genetically proven that all forms of species had to originate from a darker pigmentation or a particular melanin that we carry as quote unquote melanated African beings. And that when we look at our counterparts, what we call European or white, they are naturally recessive as it pertains to us from a reproductive standpoint. So that naturally insinuates that one is, you know, greater or came before the other, because we see that two melanated people could literally create an albinoid species, but two people who don't share the same type of melanin pigmentation that we have cannot just create a melanated being as we are. That's just consistent with nature, and it's never happened over the course of nature. So what I'm saying is that in its original concept, original creation of man and woman was
Yet
a melanated being as it pertains to a darker pigmentation and hue. That's consistent with science. And if you could find a science that shows that the original creation was of a pigmentation that's similar to an albinoid species, then you have to show me that, because there's never been an albinoid species as it pertains to in nature, where they create a whole albinoid species and it's singular as itself. Albinoid species come out of melanated species. Albinoid gazelle,
from the black
albinoid,
woman. That's what I'm saying.
but again, according to ancient creation stories of ancient civilizations who have recorded these things, these people came from an admixture genetically modified from two different forms of creation, what we would call a subhuman species and a foreign species that not necessarily from this earth, so to speak. And that mixture together with the intentions of being extractors of this earth is consistent with not only the mannerisms, behaviors, and actions of these people on this planet, but it also shows why they are not in unison with all of nature, naturally harmonious, to your point of word again, as other forms of life is. There's no other
Correct.
form of life where even if we talk about the motherfucking Burmese python in the Everglades, it's not going to destroy the whole fucking world.
And I just want you to know I'm not disagreeing with you at all. You're
No,
100%
yeah,
correct all the time. I'm just playing
no,
devil's
I'm with
advocate
you.
with you.
No, I don't. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't necessarily play devil's advocate, but I understand multiple perspectives. You know, but
Right.
I just wanted to make sure that you was clear on my perspective, that I wasn't in contention with what you were saying, that what I was saying is actually in conjunction with what you're saying. So, like you say, we know that we're not in contention or disagreement with anybody at
No,
all.
I exactly 100%. That was one of the conclusions I got. There is a natural man and there's a mechanical man. And we could just kind of go from there. Continue what you're saying.
Yeah. So again, you know, this species that was created is formed, and it's evident through their behavior. So when I start to say that, but again, the fact that it was created under the parameters of nature because it was created by a natural being, then we have to say that nature created it, because otherwise, why would it be created? Consciousness is nature, intentions is nature, natural, and so on and so forth, and it was created. Now, but what we can say is that it wasn't a part of the original creation. And anything that we can equate to being a part of the original creation is what we equate to being God, because we equate God to being the source of all things and its connotative aspects when we say God. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why when we start saying the black woman
But the
is
original creation was created from something else, aka God, King, blah blah. So even
that's
the
my point.
original,
That right there is my point alone. Right there alone is that the fact that the original came from God, anything that you can identify as original is automatically synonymous with what? God.
see that's where we're going at there. get a
But
little.
you
We
just
going
said
to
it.
get a little. Got to get a little interesting here.
You just said that um original essentially means God, right? Would you agree with that? In the
From
sense
God,
of from God, okay, meaning that its source is God.
everything source is God. Like we came from God. We were one of their dark. I would say direct descendants. We were created from. We was created by, from, crafted. Meaning there is one God and we're the lesser man. Or
So if there's
I
a
won't say.
species of anything that exists as a result of a admixture that it transpires in the parameters of nature, was that created by God or was that created outside of what's original? Meaning that, like, if we know that
Just
a
repeat what you
donkey,
just said. I missed it.
okay, the sun, the moon, the plants, right? The things that we consider, like, for example, let's use broccoli for an example, right? And we know
No,
that
just repeat the sentence you said. I just didn't hear what you said.
I definitely forgot it. That's why I'm on this path now. You dig what I'm saying?
Okay, let's get it.
But when we speaking about things that is natural, right? And then we look at something that came as a result of its environment, right? They came about as a result of its environment. Are those things similar to that of which that's original? Meaning that if a fucking jackass or a donkey is a result of a mixture of two different species, right? Does that mean that the mule or the ass is natural and as it pertains to being original, or is it natural as it pertains to it being a result of an interaction of nature? Does that make sense?
Interaction from us, yeah. It came from. It
Okay,
came.
but
Yeah.
is there a distinguishment between something that was natural as it pertains to being original and something that is natural as it pertains to being a result after original as it pertains to it being in nature? Because all vegetation was already created before the broccoli came. The broccoli was
Yeah,
had to
I
come.
feel like it can be a difference, because things can mutate and adapt to the different environments. So
So then,
as they
are those
evolve,
things
they
considered
mutate.
original as it pertains to coming first, already being established?
I would say it's just a different form. We claim it's a mutation, but it
Exactly,
came
it's a
from the
different form.
materials of creation. It still
That's
came
why I
from
said
creation.
it's
So if it's
still
all
natural,
creation here, then
but
we're
it's
all
not.
from the same creation.
Yes,
So real
it's
quick,
natural, but is it original in the sense of it coming first? Do you am I making sense,
What
bro? I don't want to.
what I'm kind of saying is it really doesn't matter about the order. Like, you know what I mean? We're all
How come
coming
it don't
from the
matter? You
same.
just sat there and told me that when I asked you that all three of these things are synonymous and they interchangeable, you said no, that all it's a particular order. You said that the first was vibration, then it was sound, then it was light. Now you telling me that it don't matter what the order is?
No, 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 no. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking. You talking now? Now you're going back to the cosmic
No,
order.
no, I'm
We're going
saying
back to
order
the
in
realm of the
general.
physical.
We talking about just order. You said it don't matter what order it was,
hey,
if it came after creation
real quick,
or it
guys,
was a result.
real quick, Joe. So, what if I was to tell y'all that I am the creator? Like, fuck all that other shit. I am the creator. I created y'all right now. I'm
I'll,
I
creating
tell
y'all.
you,
I'll
I
say
tell
I
you
feel like
absolutely
I'm
right.
the one.
I'm
See, here you
creating,
go. Uh-oh.
like,
See, there you
and,
go.
and we all creators because this world don't resolve. So once you die, we all die because you are the observer. You created the creator. You create the concept of a creator. You feel me? Only thing things exist is because you listen. Only thing reason
Came to, and I'm not trying to be big headed. I promise you. And I
So
mean,
does that mean
that's
that he
just my
wrong?
opinion.
Does
That's
that
what I
mean that
got
he
gathered
but
so far about my
does that mean
existence.
that he's wrong too? Because you came to the same conclusion, does that mean that he wrong? And if so, why was it you saying that he was right first and then saying that it's in conjunction with what you're saying? Why does there have to be a separation? Because you said I came to that conclusion as well. Does that mean that he's wrong, or does that mean that y'all both the same thing?
you the creator
Um,
too, though, bro. The only
I,
reason we
we
exist because of your observation.
we're
So
He said
reflections
he
of
different.
one original mind. So I did see not like I said. I don't want to get to that, but I feel like
No. Let's get into it. No, because
I know,
you
but
go
I
ahead, get
feel
into it.
like from what I've been experiencing within my own realm, that I'm coming through the speakers, that my thoughts are being reciprocated through all consciousness. And when I started to really hone in on my true spirituality, my true self, and my true divinity, then that's when I realized I saw the shift. I saw the shift in the consciousness of the people and everything. Due to me just trying by experience. because I realized from my experience that I am the sun, which is the satellite of consciousness. But that's just my personal story. I don't care if anybody agrees. I have my own self-validation.
No, I'm with you. I agree that's who you are. But when I'm saying that if I tell you I'm the same thing, does that mean that I'm wrong, or does that mean that?
No, you're not wrong. I agree. You all are me. I am y'all.
Okay, there we go.
We are all
right,
one
there we go.
thing,
That's
but there
all I
is
wanted to
one
hear.
consciousness
But I
that
would disagree with that. Like, you know, we not the same.
to a
I am
certain
not
degree.
you. I'm not you, and you
Correct.
not me. Like, nobody is you.
But consciously,
So
how can I put it?
so
Yeah, you're right. Let me digress. I
basically,
said
like,
something a
collectively,
little bit wrong.
I understand that concept. Collectively, you feel we all come from the same source. I get that, but at the same time, like, we all different pieces of consciousness, and we very, you know, it's
Right.
we
I would say
very different.
y'all are sun rays and I'm the sun. That's how I feel.
Is the
Basically,
medulla is the medulla oblongata and the
You get what I'm saying, though, King?
is the
yeah,
medulla
yeah, basically, and
is the medulla
every
oblongata and the cerebral cortex different?
It's one unison. Everything is one organ. Our body, we see it as separate organs, but it's all one organ. It's all one functioning. What I'm experiencing is a happening. I'm not here by chance. This is a happening. I happen to be
But what
here.
does that mean?
I've been telling, meaning this is happening to me. As it's happening to me, then it's affecting everything around the sun. The churches thought that we were the center, but science is what told that we rotate around the sun. So when I did my science and I found out that I was Amun-Ra, which is the sun, then I started to put that into practice, and that's how I'm here. I started to see and realize the importance of my thoughts, the importance of how I perceive things and how I like want to manifest stuff. I started to see that. And when I started to regurgitate that out into the nature and the atmosphere, I saw the reflections in the water. I see myself in other people. I see aspects of myself. I see myself in you. I see parts of me in you. I see parts of me in you. This is just how I see. I see souls. I see in color. I ask people what they dream. I dream from above. I dream as a bird. I create civilizations in my dream. I'm hardly in my dreams. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all, but my whole journey's been trying to make sense of it. And I finally made sense of it all, and I understand. And I have clarity, and that's all I can really say.
No, for sure. And that's consistent with us as well on the panel with you. You know what I'm saying?
And I feel like I said, I can't be here without y'all, and y'all can't be here without me. Because y'all were the ones calling me to wake up. And for me to wake up to see y'all and myself, therefore we can rise together. I was the one stopping. I was the one anchoring us down consciously, because they try to use me. They try to use Superman against his own people. They try to use the consciousness, the sun against his own people, because they understood it that deep. This is why they put secrets inside a book, to trap our minds into secrets, to make us learn.
You know, one thing I love
to make us learn nothing.
One thing I love about ancient Kemetic theology and mythology is one cool thing, right? Is that each netta had a different. It had a name unique to itself that only itself knew. Right?
And I found my true name. That's what I'm saying.
But
I
check
found
this
my
out.
true self.
Watch this.
Brother gave me a social security number.
I'm going to say something. I'm interested in hearing your rebuttal to this. If I were to ask you, what's your name? Your true name. The name that only you know. What would you tell me?
I would say, when people ask me, because a lot of times they say, I'll be like, I'm Amun-Ra, right? Because I try to appear in an aspect that they can find and trace back to me, and they can find and perceive, right, in this realm. But I would always say, but I'm not Egyptian. That's what they called me. I am the one who has no name. You feel me? That is the thing. It's just energy. It's vibrant. There is no, you know what I'm saying? The thought is the name. Like,
okay, so then let me ask you this then.
The word. You feel me?
Okay, so why use the name Amun-Ra then if you're not Egyptian?
Because that is the easiest form I can get you to understand myself.
Did you have a form?
If you really look into Amun-Ra, and then let me finish. if you really look into Amun Ra and you look into esoteric meanings of thought, I can only give you what has helped me see, to myself, to help you explain myself. With it, like everything's a mirror to me. I'm showing myself through you, through everything. See,
Right.
I came here blank, and I need y'all conscious to build me back up to my full self. I was destroyed. You feel what I mean? That's how deep it gets with me. I don't know how I can explain it, but let's look at Thoth before when he became Hermes thrice born. He went to the Greeks and he created esoteric, and he told him of Amen. He told him of Atum, and that's where all that came from. The Kabbalah, the